Hi guys, welcome to Soulful Sunday. One of the hardest things that I had to come to terms with was that someone I loved was a narcissist. It wasn't easy to come to terms with that. What was even harder was when I started to see the reality of that, what they did, and one of them was the lies that they started to tell about me and the fact that people were believing them. This is what's called a smear campaign. And for me, I got stuck on the fact that they could create such lies. They were whoppers. I wasn't stuck on what they were saying. I was stuck on the fact that they could do that and then try to look me in the eye and smile and act as if everything was normal. That is a typical thing that will happen when you are experiencing somebody that has narcissistic tendencies. For me, after I got over the shock of it, it was the one thing that took me out of any denial that I was in and shifted me straight into reality, because the shock and the hurt of that was just mind-blowing. I had no choice then but to see reality for what it was. The denial had to go. And I did. I did start to look at myself. I did start to move. And for me, it wasn't so much a physical movement. It was starting to shift my focus from looking at what they were doing to what I was going to do about this. And that is the key to healing, because for so long we sit there and we look at what they're doing, what they're saying, the reactions, the anger, the gaslighting, the love bombing. Love bombing, by the way, is purely manipulation. It's nothing else but manipulation. They are loving you to get you hooked so they can use everything that you tell them about yourself against yourself at a later date. Love bombing is manipulation. Living with ways like this is just, it destroys you. Do not allow it to go on a minute longer. The real way to start healing from this is to admit to yourself, something is not okay, and if I don't do something about this, I'm not going to be okay. But the chances are you're not okay anyway, because you'll have experienced a lot more before you realise about the smear campaign. So what I want to encourage you to do today is don't get stuck on what they're doing and what they're saying. Ask yourself, come back into here and say, what can I do? And one of the things that you can do is admit to yourself that you cannot change these people. You don't have the power to change anybody but yourself. And are you willing to start looking at you and put your hand up and say, I'm not okay? Living with narcissism will destroy you. Will destroy you. Don't do that to you. Don't do that to you. Start taking the steps today so you can heal. You're not alone. So many people have experienced this. And the sad thing is, narcissists don't change. However, or whatever the reason is that they became narcissists, is irrelevant when you're living with it. It's irrelevant. The hard thing is to accept it and say, this is where I am. Where do I go now? And what do I need to do to look after me? I hope that you find that helpful today. And remember, as always, if you do not look after yourself first, you're not going to be able to look after anybody else. And generally, if you are impacted by a narcissist, you are somebody that doesn't have a lot of boundaries, or your boundaries need changing or tightening up. So the amount of focus that you put on a narcissist, if you put half that back on yourself, you're on the way. So there's a little bit of tip today. Take the focus off them, put it back to you, and put your hand up and say, I'm not okay, I need help. I hope you find that helpful, and if you do, please share it. And remember, please, always, you are important and you deserve to have the life that you're here to live. You're here to live your life, nobody else's. So take care of yourself until the next time, and thanks for watching, guys.